Hello, everybody. And, what was I gonna tell you? Welcome back to one of the greatest knowledge drips of all time. Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. Thank you for the chaps and clears, for I have nothing to prove to myself, for I have already proved myself. And as most of you know, the first of the month in July, if you're an avid listener of Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang, you know at the first of the month I've always done the massive movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we are on the 7th mass movements. The month of July, where we have 31 days. We have fireworks exploding tomorrow. It will be July 4th tomorrow. Fireworks exploding everywhere. Kindly delivering gaseous smoke into the air and tiny metal particles that we're forced to breathe with our electronic devices as we shoot fireworks into the air, leaving a nice smog around everyone to inhale our yearly need of all the aluminum metals in the air that we need while they explode the bombs. But that's alright, because in today's knowledge drip, we're going over motivation. We're going over the power of affirmations. We're going to go over the self-confidence formula, and of course, we're going to try out the initiative and leadership formula if I get to it. But today's knowledge drip, the massive movement part 7, it's a big one. It's one filled with affirmations, one's filled with receptions, one's filled with that will fill your center up. I'm really going to focus on the vibration of the desire that is inside. Because this week I was at my job site working. I was being a working man, asking if I'm having fun yet. Fucking hate that question. Why would anybody ask if you're having fun yet? Because all they do is create. And I was sitting out there and I was listening to somebody else speak. I don't know who it was. I forget the name of them. They were talking about committing to one thing, committing to one job instead of having multiple jobs, committing to one thing. And they said, watch your income rise. Watch your level of knowledge increase when you learn to see that you can just be doing one thing and be pretty happy with it. I know most of us go around from job to job. At least I do. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting pulled away. Sometimes I feel like it's just fucking a race towards insanity for a little bit of money that I could probably easily get just sitting down in front of this microphone and recording. This is the life that I need to choose and chose. And it's hard to sit down with yourself. Hello, Tahiti. It's hard to sit down with yourself and go see the chair. Go down and, breathe a little bit. You'd think the shit should be easy, right? Thanks for the claps. Let me open this up. You'd think this shit would be easy. Alright, thanks for the claps. Okay, how much longer are you gonna go on? Stop the claps. Oh man. You think it would be easy just to commit to one thing, you know? Not get pulled around or maybe drug around or even drive yourself to faraway places for a little bit of something. But we still do it. We drive around to see that great tree in a chair. We drive around to find the penny that's hiding underneath a rock in the middle of the desert. Does this hit your list of goals? Is it a true desire that you want? Because I desire to have one of the greatest knowledge drips of all time. And how can I have one of the greatest knowledge drips of all time if I'm not able to commit to one thing? To see where I can grow it, see where it becomes its best. I guess I gotta use my words, ain't that right, Tahiti? Not only do I gotta use my words, but I gotta use my actions. And this is all because of one thing. One thing that's guided by our thoughts, so that you never think of lack. So that you're able to say that you can afford. That you are tired of writing and you're tired of listening about feelings of lack. And for the month of July, since it's the July month, from now on, all of my thoughts, are you listening to this? All of my thoughts are going to be my new thinkers. And all my thoughts are going to be about having enough. I'm not gonna get pulled around anymore. Different ways, unguided by my own mind, just searching for the next dollar bill. I gotta commit to something. I gotta commit to one thing. Commit to myself. Commit to the money gods. You must believe what you are affirming to yourself. And you must know that you are aware of your being. For now, I am just writing in my subconscious mind. You know? Sometimes you just have to write in your conscious mind so that your subconscious mind can grab and afford and process the idea of God's wealth. Ooh, where'd that come from? I like that. Are you? I am process of God's wealth. I know that it's the source. I know it's my supply. And I know God is the light principle within me. Hello, third eye. And I know that all of my needs are met. I understand this. I understand that all of my needs are met at all times. And that the space, hey, third eye, what's up? We're just doing a knowledge drip. And the space of God's wealth flows. Ooh. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for the flowers. I appreciate it. Ooh, and the lurker eyes. I know that God's wealth flows freely through me. And at all times and seamlessly. It flows seamlessly into my experience. And I give thanks. Yep. I give thanks for the God's riches. For being able to circulate my experience. I got a top badge in here. What's up? I'm doing good. For my experience. And I want to go over some affirmations with you a little bit later. obviously. I'm going to do some affirmations with you once we get into Massive Movement Part 7, which I am actually very, very, very fucking excited to do. Massive Movement Part 7 comes out of my book that is selling for $7.3 billion right now. That's how much I have it listed for. And I do give you guys this, all the listeners, all the people that agree and, you know, enjoy Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang. I give this information to you for free out of a $7.3 billion book. Now, if you want to go ahead and record what I'm about to tell you, write it down and enjoy it, you're more than welcome to. But if you just need to go back every once in a while, come back to the knowledge drip of the year, Wild Thoughts, then you can. Because I am capable of affording whatever I want. It's my life. It's my dreams. I'm neither a borrower nor a lender. For loan oft loses but itself and its friends. And loan often loses itself and friends. You know what I'm saying? When you loan somebody some money, you're going to lose some friends. And you're going to lose that loan. And borrowing dulls the edge of the husbandry. Ooh. This, above all, to thine own self, be true. Be true to thine own self. And it must follow. As the night, the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Eat it up. Because this is the greatest thing in life, and it's freedom. And there can be real freedom. There can be no real freedom without a reasonable degree of financial independence. So, if you got the financial independence, you got the mindset, and you know that you're free. You got rid of this feeling of lack, and you see what is happening. Remember, what is being happening is done to us. Remember that this earth is good, and there is enough. There is enough to go around. For I am confident in myself. I am harmony within my own mind. And God said, who are your favorite writers? He asked me that. Who are your favorite writers? Who are the laws of success with? I understand my popular ability to love. They are sending bacon in the comments. You guys should see the comments. Bacon, cheese, and crackers, and ice cream cones, and popcorn, and baby bottles, and people doing cartwheels. I'm telling you, this is crazy. We live in abundance of emojis. You couldn't believe how many emojis I'm seeing right now. There's an abundance of them. Like you've never seen. It's like we're underneath the water with our mask on, shooting our little underwater bow at some sharks. While taking a great shit and knocking out Muhammad Ali with one right-handed hit. This is the life, man. I'm getting ready to now jump into Massive Movements Part 7. Just because it's going to take me at least 20 minutes to finish it. You know, I just really need to commit to something, Third Eye, Tahiti. I just need to sit down with myself and really commit. It ain't easy, though. It should be. But it ain't. So, let's see if I can even find Massive Movement Part 7 in my $7.3 billion book. Here we go. Massive Movement Part 6. Massive Movement Part 7. Whoo! Alright, I found it. And before we start off today's Massive Movements Part 7, I want you to go ahead and find a nice, comfortable position. Go ahead and find a nice, comfortable position. Close your eyes and find out which part of the volcano you want to explode on. Find out which castle you want to be a part of. Find out which bank you want to steal from. And begin to breathe. Slowly. Methodically. Like your own breath is not you, but it's lifting your feet above the ground. You're floating. Relax your legs as you sit. Take your socks off if you got them. Plug into the earth. Plug into the earth of the fire. The emoji game is real here. The emoji game is real today. So go ahead and continue to breathe in, breathe deep as we punch on through Massive Movement Part 7. And I'm actually going to start Massive Movement Part 7 after that message of a fart. Life is good, man. Why not expand? Why not explore? Why not knock a hole in that motherfucking door? So take a deep breath in. Use your keys to unlock your imagination. Use your keys right now to let my voice serenade you into your subconscious mind. Because right now, at the 18-minute mark, we start Massive Movement Part 7. Here we go. We need now, more than ever, to awaken the mind. No one out of my inner self will cause me more pain or success than the person trapped behind my eyes. For I will allow myself to become free, to create my particular viewpoint. For the limited measures of my liberation of myself, my thinking will be as good as a servant to my heart. For my heart will be the master, and I will unlock the matrix into the thoughts. I will be allowed by my own conscious mind to see things that they are. For if I hit enlightenment, I will only see my thoughts. For I may not see a car in my driveway, but I may be able to see the thought of my way to awaken to the travel of the matrix. I examine my robotic files. I examine my inner self. For I am now filled in the being that is silenced. For we will continually see our lives as the same. I see the depth of my problem. I am still asleep, attached to the familiar patterns of what and how will I pay to get a new structure. For I will believe in that I am the mask and the benefit that is timeless. For I know the truth. For I am consistently distracted. And this distraction is keeping me away from the pathological essence of a slave of the limited self-structure. All I want to be is a slave to my limited self-structure so that I can continue on. No measure to be acclaimed by a sick society. For some of us are sick and filled like cattle. We are sick and filled like cattle. We must be possible of living the true self. Let go of thyself, and what do you find that is left? We are the awakening of the matrix. We are the same as falling asleep to the matrix. For no one ritual or spiritual guide will unleash the moon that will rise, or the moon that will fall. For the eyes can see, for we create the mental pictures and we create the subconscious conditioning of life and of peace. We can find the gate to open. We can come to realize that the gate was only locked by the great key of truth. How will you unlock this gate that hides the truth? The truth that what you see is only the truth. The truth that you can and be able to be seen. You only see what you touch. For what we all touch and for what we all see are there. That of the same animal. But we can only see one side of the animal. We can only see the side of the animal that we are touching. We are the end of all religions. For all religions are ended when the ego mind finds the conscious of the slumber. And the slumber of the religion was in you. And it shall be unto you. You shall wake up. And when we wake up to the thought that it is, thou art, for God comes like the sun in the morning. When it is time, we must assume an attitude of waiting, accepting the fact that we are creatures and not the creator. But thou art is the simple thought that thou art the tradition of the same truth. I really like Massive Movement Part 7. Massive Movement Part 7 is freaking smashing. We're still going with it. You are beyond yourself. You are the passive movement of power and self. Do not push. Do not pull. It's what I was talking about earlier. Let go and claim and unattach. Let go of the tagged world. Let go of your mindset. Let go of your religion. Let go of your fingertips. Let go and allow the powers come to you from the abyss. Close your eyes. Walk in darkness. That is thou the life of enlightenment. The leap of the unknown. Turn your conscious away from your conditions of your thoughts and walk with faith into the abyss. And now you will absolutely find the self, not knowing you are evolved into the path of exception. The path that is pointless. For you choose to use, and you care to use, and you plan to choose your subconscious mind. Thank you for the cherries. What can we gain by sailing to the moon if we are not able to cross the abyss that separates us from ourselves? This is the most important of all voyages of discovery, and without it, the rest are only useless but disastrous. We now understand the power of limiting ourselves. The power stored through thought of only seeing one part of the human becoming and thinking that is all there can be. For you only know what you know. And to film your life would be discovering the battery you have been pretending to be. The battery your body has created. The energy of abundance. Thank you for the claps. It's the energy of abundance. It's the energy of abundance. Yet we settle for life. We settle for the scraps of the abundance. We spiral into the ego destructions. Do not be afraid of the pain. That pain is always going to be there, but suffering and allowing you to suffer is the occurrence of your programming not to be free. Can you let go of your past attachments and come forth into the inner self world and be around a trace of emptiness? Your mask will fall off, and your mask must fall off. And you must play the game. You must shine through a mask, for you are the mask that you are. You're the mask that you are wearing. You never have given yourself the opportunity to your own illusion. You are the thought of the character of the dream of life. Let your thought out of the cave. Let the illusion of a blank wall of your shadow and let it dance. But let it dance with the shadow. And you will leave what has been familiar unto you. You have only ever seen the shadows. You are not ready to leave the shadows or leave the truth of who you are. Turn yourself from the shadows. But do it, and do it gradually and persistently. For this, it will take time and effort to find the new you. For it will take longer to shed its own mind, for you are the prisoner of your sleep. And if you want out of your dream conscious mind, and if you want to be out of the chains, you must not reject and you must not accept the prison of your own mind. For you will never be free, for the prison follows you. For as the reader knows, you are the continuous of your subconscious mind. You are the sensation of self. Let your mind and self unfold the suffering, and you will fold to see that there is more to the world. Penetrate your thinking mind and see the possibilities that the evil demon that connects you to the energy can be released with faith into one's own conscious. We can blame no one. Not even the demon that has defined your life. The demon that self-structures you. Your demon creates the power of what you feel and what you can control. It feeds your bosses, and the more you crave to keep them fed, the self agendas, be aware of your soul. Overcome the condition of self, because doubt is not the opposite of faith. It is one element of faith. And as I look down at the clock, that's it for Massive Movements. We did it. I did it. It only took me a couple days. Sure, I might not have done it on July 1st or July 2nd, because I had to sit down and really make a commitment with myself again. Of which way I want my body to be pulled. Which way I want my mind to be set. That's why Massive Movements Part 7 was so great for me. I hope you like this knowledge drip today. I'm not going to read the self-confidence formula tonight. Or today, or whatever fucking time it is you're listening to this. I'm not going to read the self-confidence formula for today's. I just want you to, as the leader of your free will, a leader of your mind, and try to find how to really just concentrate your abilities, concentrate your gifts, concentrate your goals, concentrate your subconscious mind into one finite resort. Because if you are able to concentrate and just pull into one thing instead of being scattered around everywhere, you may be able to find your way to a peaceful mind. That's all I got today, man. This is the motherfucking crest of life. And this has been one of the greatest knowledge drips in July so far. This has been the Massive Movement parts of Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. Now don't forget, if you want to read this book, or if you want to buy the journal, it goes right here. See this book right there? That book right there, I'm selling it for $7.3 billion. Or I give it away for free. Either way, man. My life is still good, and I understand that my abilities to navigate through deep and shark-infested water will not be that great. I might lose a leg, might lose an arm, but I will know that I do my best. For I know that I have never lacked anything. I am the ultimate power source of my own life. Whew. We're getting too good now. I gotta turn this off before you guys get too much knowledge and forget to pay me. Alright, everybody. This has been one of the greatest knowledge drips of all time. This has been Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. Bye.